It's Friday night. It's March 11th in 2022. And this is the Soapbox. And we're hanging out here right now. Just post our special episode of Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast, where we talked about Pamela Anderson in Barb Wire. That's what we did this week because we're honestly waiting for some new stuff from either Marvel or DC. And to be fair, Frank didn't want to talk about The Boys Diabolical, which that's what Ricky and I were down to talk about this week. But he was like, it's animated. I'm not going to do it, guys. I don't want to do animated. And then the worst part is, like, later in the week, we were like, dude, this show's amazing. You should watch it. And he's like, man, I kind of want to watch it now. But we already agreed on Barb Wire, and that's what we did. And it was kind of relevant because, Pam and Tommy has been in the news for about 8 weeks now on Hulu. Or maybe less than 8 weeks, maybe like 5 weeks. I think they dropped 3 episodes in the first week. And so, yeah, Ricky and I have been watching Pam and Tommy, and I have some mixed feelings about that show. I kind of feel weird about the fact that they didn't get consent from the Pam and Tommy to do that show, to tell their life story about the worst moment in their marriage, when the videotape leaked and everybody around the world got to see them in some very private moments. But at the same time, Sebastian Stan and I think it's Lily James, they just give amazing performances, and the show really does try to make you feel more empathetic towards Pamela Anderson for everything that she went through in that moment and what it did to her career. It was a very trying time for her because she was trying to launch a movie career with Barb Wire that ultimately did not do well. You can't really necessarily blame the tape for success or failure of Barb Wire, but it was just, it just was what it was.
What's the conversation?
I was just catching up anybody who is joining us to let them know that, why we chose to do Barb Wire and support Pamela, but also the other reason that we did it is because your ass didn't want to watch the boys Diabolical, which was actually shorter than Barb Wire, possibly.
You guys did FOMO me during the week, and then it went from FOMO to genuine interest. So we were gonna watch it tomorrow, but then because my daughter said she wasn't gonna come over, and now she's coming over, and I'm all like, I can't do anything.
Honestly, so I'm rewatching it because I got Lindsay to watch it. Like, basically, I had Lindsay skip the first episode.
Yeah.
And we're just watching the last 7.
Is the violence more palatable to her when it's in cartoon form?
I think she tolerates the violence in The Boys in general because it's very cartoony already.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's like Quentin Tarantino cartoony. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm saying the movies, or it's the show, the
show,
Boys.
Yeah.
I'm saying Kill Bill.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kill Bill. Okay.
Yeah.
Kill
Bill, Pulp Fiction was him trying to be somewhat grounded, although Marvin went everywhere in that car.
Marvin's head got lit up. Usually when I think of Tarantino, I just think of I default to Reservoir Dogs, but you're right. Like, I guess it does get more cartoony as we go.
He got more stylistic. The further he went along. Like, have you seen his latest movie? I'm sure the one with Leo DiCaprio. Eight? No, DiCaprio and Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt.
Oh no, I haven't. Oh wait, no, wait. That's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I did see that one. Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, that one's got some pretty insane violence too. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like that one. It's like I didn't know it was going to be a modern retelling of the.
Yeah, that weirds me out.
The Manson thing, like, that was kind of weird.
It weirded me out, but
it weirded me out in Inglourious Bastards, and it continued to do it there because I thought it was all. I'm all like, well, this is going to be a sad ending for these guys, and then. No,
I do get it, like, to an extent. I get it, like, as a storyteller, you have that power, right? You can reframe a story and tell it the way you wished it ended, but it's just how it reads to other people watching it. Is you have to be very sensitive of that, and that's that's the awkward part. Like, do I applaud him for wanting to tell a story where World War II ends in a way cooler way for us? Yeah, it's that would be cool, but like it's just not. It's like it just feels weird, like because our history is very important to us, and or it should.
Is it though? Is it
It
though?
should be, is what I'm saying. It
I
should be.
guess in the South, if you have a Confederate statue, our history is very important. I guess.
Yeah, yeah. But
Whoa.
anyways, but
So
anyways,
I was looking
we,
at the cast. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, sorry, Ricky, to catch you up now that you've joined us. I was giving the audience just a little insight and giving Frank some shit for not doing the thing that you and I agreed to do for this week. Instead of Barb Wire, we were going to do The Boys Diabolical. And so I was just giving him some shit for that, but somehow, we're
It's
talking
good.
about
Yeah,
whatever.
we went like
It's
leaps.
short. You got like 45 minutes. You can crank through them all.
It's actually more than that because it is 8 episodes, 15 minutes, so it's technically 2 hours. But it doesn't feel like 2 hours.
Minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty impossible to watch all of it in 45 minutes. So
is it like
really
when I
bad
play?
math. It's bad math.
Like when I get out of work, like around 5-ish, I'll play Elden Rings for 45 minutes, and then it's 3 in.
Just
Is it
watch
that kind of
one
45
that's
minutes?
Office poop.
No, but what I was gonna
Office
say is the way I've been rewatching it with Lindsay is we watch it for breakfast. You know what I mean?
So
like if we're having
in lieu of actually eating nourishment, you watch The Boys.
while we're eating a bowl of cereal, we can watch an episode of The Boys. You know?
Okay,
what
I thought you guys had developed a new form of photosynthesis.
That's the way
Nah.
to do it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to like space it out because like it's so easy to binge it and then it's gone and it's done. So like one a day is pretty easy because it's 15 minutes of your morning and that's it. Like, and then you got a nice compact story. It's funny and guaranteed violence. Like they just, I feel like that was a requirement. Everybody was allowed a lot of creative freedom to do whatever kind of story they want, as long as it exists in the same universe as The Boys and there's Compound V and super violence. Like there has to be at least one moment of hyper violence, and then you can be on The Boys. That's it.
Okay,
that's it. Yeah.
Would you say that does it follow like the What If format in which they're all self-contained and then they have an overarching?
No, there's no connection to it.
Oh, they're 100% self-contained stories.
Not true.
Okay.
Actually, there is a hint. Each episode gives each episode hides or puts something in plain sight that alludes to the next episode.
Oh, so it makes like a daisy chain,
like
all through. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
But Ricky didn't notice that.
No, because they're not connected.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
They're connected in the sense that Pixar movies do the same shit.
Sure, like the chicken guy. I forget his name.
But there's a reason they go in the order they go in is because each it's like a game of popcorn. You know what I mean? Like something from that story ends up in the next story.
Okay.
And it's not that the two stories are connected necessarily. It's just that if you're paying attention,
not even like in the same Boys universe.
No, I think all of them are except for one episode. I think all of them are. There's one episode that intentionally makes it clear that it's an issue of the comic book.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it's actually.
Oh, is that what you asked me about the comic book?
Yeah, but I didn't. I forgot that the beginning of the episode is somebody walking into a comic store, pulling out an issue of The Boys, and then the camera zooms into the comic, and then it becomes that. So that episode, you could argue that it's not in the same universe because it feels like the comic specifically and stuff. But every other episode in the story could easily actually exist in the same universe as the movie, the show.
Okay. Well, I guess time will tell. Like the new episodes, the new season's coming out soon.
Justin Roiland episode could.
That totally could fit. Yeah.
The show. No. That
totally could fit, and that's like one of the only episodes that has a cliffhanger. Like that episode actually has a cliffhanger that ends with like, yeah, no, I believe that episode. I believe that episode could totally exist in the Boys universe.
I would be shocked to learn that is an in-universe episode. But
I haven't seen it, but I would I would imagine that any episode can fit into the universe as long as like you got to assume like it might be like a narrator that's not so reliable or something like that,
Yeah.
Is how I would think that would work. But I don't, like I said, I don't know the show. I don't know if there's even a narrator or anything like that, or if there's a point. What do they call it? The person of the person the story follows. I forget what it's
the
called.
main character.
No. There's a word. There's a name for it, like the point of view character or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, I could see how it could they could write it so that it would fit.
Yeah.
But I could also see how someone could write something sloppy, because that's 90% of TV, I think. Sloppy.
Yeah. But yeah, they definitely, the cool thing about them is like it doesn't feel like offloaded to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like Eric Kripke and Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg actually still executive produced this show too.
That's
So
cool.
it felt like they were, in some way involved to make sure that it still fits their brand, like, so they stay on brand. Like they can go very different with like style, like the way it looks, visually, and like the way, comedy is done in it, like can be very unique to the writer and stuff. But like there's certain things about it that just have to stay on brand, and they do a really good job of that. And sometimes the way they do it is by bringing in the actors from the show, for that consistency, which is really funny because, like I mentioned, that comic book episode actually used Anton Starr, or Anthony Starr, whatever his name is, from the guy
From
who plays
Homelander.
Yeah, he plays Homelander in that episode, and Queen Maeve also is in that one.
Okay,
And
cool.
but they intentionally get different actors for Butcher and Huey, and so it made me wonder if this was like, something that, because I know Garth Ennis is a producer on the show as well, or executive producer,
Mhm.
and I'm wondering if like maybe when they were casting the show, Garth Ennis came to the table and is like, I want Jason Isaacs for Butcher, and I want Simon Pegg for Huey. And they're like, we were thinking of going in a different direction, but how about we give you Simon Pegg as Huey's dad? And he's like, fine.
I thought that's what they literally did. I thought they said they did that.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I'm assuming, and that's why maybe this episode is them giving him his consolation prize, where he gets to have one episode of his dream casting. You know what I mean? So
That's cool. That's cool. Kind of like
Jason,
how Wanted casted everything perfectly correct.
Oh, right.
The movie Wanted casted everything perfectly correct and told the story in 1.1 parody.
Wasn't the guy, the main character in Wanted, supposed to be Eminem?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Eminem and Halle Berry and
was it Halle Berry?
Halle Berry is supposed to be Fox.
Oh yeah, it was Halle Berry, because it's Angelina Jolie in the.
Yeah.
Okay,
and it was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and what was the other one? There was one more that was supposed to.
There's more for sure in that. I can't remember, but
I like Wanted though.
The comic's great. Yeah.
Is there a second one? I read the comic too for Wanted.
I think there is
a second Wanted movie.
No, not a movie. Not a movie.
Wanted no, I don't think was the first movie I bought for my iPod. I had a copy of Wanted on my.
Oh, this is awesome! I just read a fun fact about the boys Diabolical. Eric Kripke said that the original idea to create Diabolical came about during COVID-19, when the producers wanted to release something during the waiting period before the release of season 3 of The Boys, but due to the restrictions on most live action productions, they decided to make an animated anthology, which is actually what I said was going to happen 2 years ago when this started. Is I was like, there's going to be a whole lot more animated things coming out in the next few years, and here we are.
Yeah, they did something like that with I like the way they did that with the Creep Show holiday special. I know you weren't a big fan of it, but
I just thought that was really bad animation. But I understood the need to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I respect everybody for pivoting towards animation because it's safe. It's safe for your cast. You know,
they just had a Shutter budget, so I wasn't expecting anything.
Sure.
I wasn't expecting Turning Red by Pixar or something like that.
For sure, I get it, but
what I was trying to say earlier is that I was looking at the cast for Dick Tracy, and I was all like, "What? I don't remember Peter Reigart being in it." And I'm all like, "Amy Yazbek's in it." I'm all, "I don't remember that." And I'm all, "Jim Carrey, Cameron Diaz," and I'm all, wait a minute," and then I realized it was The Mask, and I'm like, "What the? How did I get that mixed up?" I don't know. I was thinking about The Mask when I was looking up Dick Tracy somehow.
That's funny.
And
I don't remember the cast like very well of Dick Tracy, but I don't want to remember it. I think I just want to like
I'm gonna get.
I want to experience it, you know.
I thought better of it when I started seeing the names, and I'm like, "Oh, that's right, I forgot." But I will say that I wanted to bring it up, but we were already wrapping up the show. Do you remember the Dick Tracy collectible cards they had that Topps had, Dennis?
Barely.
So they featured characters on there that I was like, "Oh my God, this guy Lips Manless, he's gonna be a formidable foe for Dick Tracy." Dead in the first scene, and I'm all like, "Oh, okay. Well, he's gonna come back though, right?"
Why are you spoiling this for Ricky?
Oh, I'm sorry to spoil such an old movie for
I
you,
will
Ricky.
forget it. I can promise you.
Ricky, out of everyone, is down to clown.
Ricky, yeah, I'm down to clown.
I just found this fun fact: the character of Huey in the comics was based on Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
But he was just too old to play him in the show.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
I could have sworn that I thought we discussed this. It could have been my other circle of friends. I'm actually on another podcast. It's the DC podcast. It's really up and coming.
Damn it!
It's called DC Sex Media. D-Sex Media. It's a young channel. It's up and coming.
Oh man,
we've only got 100 views per
Ricky,
episode.
If you still got to get to that family emergency, you can go for it.
Oh, I might dip early though for crack a few hours in Elden Ring.
Hell yeah. Ricky, hit me up. You got it on PS5, right?
Yeah.
Good man. Yeah, hit me up. I'm glad that all of my friends have been getting it on PS4 and PS5 so that I could play with them. Because I will buy it on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like I'm emotionally ready to buy it on Xbox yet. I don't want to drop another 50 hours into the Xbox version of the game.
Dude, that's how I did Skyrim, man. I got the PC version.
Oh man.
I think after I got the PS4 version.
Oh, and the PS4 version came out later too. I think it came out after the Xbox, or was it released? Were they all released at the same time? I thought I could have sworn PS4 came out later.
11.
Yeah, I think they all came out at the same time. But like I played the PS4 one for like a good month, and then what ended up happening is I really wanted it on PC because I wanted to be able to like do all the mods and stuff.
Yeah.
And I really wanted the collector's edition. So my wife
Macho Man mod is the best one.
Yeah, that was a good mod. So she got me the collector's edition on PC for Christmas.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Were you guys already married at the time when it came out?
No. She was my girlfriend at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she became a little unnerved by the way I played Skyrim because it was pretty ridiculous.
Poop socking?
No. There was one night.
No.
There was one night. I'll tell this story.
That's not very good improv right there.
I'll tell this story because you guys always tell the juicy stories. There was one time where we did for whatever reason we weren't going to do Thanksgiving with our family. We were going to stay local, and our friends invited us to Thanksgiving, and so we went. But our friends had like a super early Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. It was like 2:00 was the dinner, right?
The best.
Wow. Weird.
And so
you like that, Ricky?
Yeah. Who fucking eats a Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh man, okay.
Psychopaths. You eat at noon.
What
the things that you call psychopaths amaze me all the time. I don't know if you know the definition of psychopaths.
Nope. I'm sure
a lot of psychopaths in the world.
Yeah. But so we were weirded out
because I'll say that.
You know, we went and did that, and so we were back home by like 4:00 or something like that, right? We were like meal was done, everybody's done, and so we were trying to figure out what to do with our night. And we decided we wanted to go see the Muppets movie.
The Jason Segel.
Yeah, it just come out.
Oh, the Muppets movie.
Yeah, it had just come out that weekend. And so I was like, hold on, if I'm going to see the Muppets movie, I want to do edibles. And so I did edibles.
Okay.
But the problem was like, I did like part of a cookie or a brownie or whatever before we left to the theater.
You just chopped it up and snorted it?
Chopped it up and ate it. And then we got to the theater and, like finally in the seats and stuff, like sitting there, like it's been about 30, 40 minutes. And I was kind of mad because I still wasn't feeling anything. So I ate more.
Oh, no.
Then I watched the whole movie. Never really felt anything. I enjoyed them. I loved the crap out of me. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. We both had a fun time watching that movie. Still wasn't feeling anything. Came home and I was like, that was what really kind of bummed me out is I never got high from those edibles. So I'm like, maybe I just need to eat more. So I ate more.
Oh my God.
And I ate so many edibles before I realized that you should never do edibles after Thanksgiving because you're digesting so much.
Yeah, because you're already
food.
eating. Yeah, okay.
I've got so much food in my gut that it's going to take forever because it's like a first in, first out kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until around like 10 o'clock at night that those things hit me like a freight train. And I just ended up, all I could do, I was like, oh my God, I'm so wasted right now. I don't think I can move. Can somebody just give me the controller and I'll just sit here and play Skyrim? And I played Skyrim in the most effed up ways ever. Like I had a wife in that game and I named her Lindsay.
Oh no.
And I saved it and I just started murdering her and then reloading the game. And I was just cackling like crazy because I was like, look, Lindsay, look at this. And I would just murder her. And then I would reload and then I'd murder her again. And I was just insane. And so she's always been really disturbed by the way I played Skyrim. But I was like, you can't hold that against me. I wasn't even myself at that point. Like I was like
court of law right there.
I was nuts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But why did you write it in your journal is what she asked. Why did you write it in the journal on your
Peacemaker journal?
Why did you put it on your to-do list on the fridge? I don't understand.
It was bonkers. I have such a hard time remembering more than maybe like 5 seconds of that evening, but I do remember I was laughing so hard I was crying. I couldn't move. I had to wait until I wrote it out. Like I could not drive my chair. I just sat in one place for hours waiting for it to wear off because just never. That's a cautionary tale.
By that point it was like 2 cookies. It was 2 of the big. I'm assuming it's the big cookies. Yeah,
it was brownies. I think it was brownies, but yeah, it was like
you are a trooper.
So much. It was so much. But yeah, Thanksgiving. Never do edibles on Thanksgiving unless you
maybe intersperse it.
Do it right before you have the meal. Then maybe that'll be really insane because you'll digest really fast.
You put it in the butt and you're
just butt chug it.
Yeah. Rookie move, man.
That makes sense. I've actually never done edibles. I've always wanted to. There was one that was my band had it, and it was like Fruit Loops. It was like a Fruit Loop Rice Krispies kind of looking thing. I've never had it before, and they hogged it all. And I'm like, man, that actually looked delicious. I would have done it. Never have.
Yeah. So there's a pro and con to it, like because if you smoke it, if you smoke it, as soon as you feel uncomfortable, you can just stop. Right, you just stop immediately, and then you just it'll wear off in like an hour or something like that, an hour, 2 hours, something like that. But if you eat it and you feel uncomfortable,
you're on the ride.
You're on that ride,
and there's
but because it's too late. By the time you're feeling it, you could throw it up all you want, but it's too late. It's already it's in your blood. It's in your blood, and so you just gotta wait.
It's like when you're like 10 shots deep. Like there's no amount of anything that can stop you once it starts getting in.
Vomiting will help if you're 10 shots deep. It'll help.
It'll help, but there's still you're not going to be driving anywhere.
No, for sure.
No, don't drive.
No, Ricky, no, don't admit to felonies. That's going to be the one rule. Don't admit to felonies on the show.
But on the plus side, good for your lungs because you're just eating it. You know what I mean? And it's pretty funny, and you're not gonna die from
you can't take too many though.
Yeah, What you can? Yes, you can.
Yeah, I've definitely taken some.
I
Have
did.
gone to
Like,
bed, and then woken up and like, oh man, it's still not over.
oh no, I've done that too. The worst one I've ever done was we had brownies. I think it was one of the first times I did edibles. We had acquired these brownies, and I think we forgot that you're supposed to cut them up into quarters. And
Quarters.
so yeah, like
Are they that
four.
big? Are they like super big?
No, they're like the size of like a wallet. You know what I mean? Like a wallet size. My wallet's right here. That's why I said that. But I'm looking at it.
Gotcha.
I'm like, yeah, that looks like a good pot brownie.
Like
But
a rich person wallet or a poor person wallet?
Yeah.
And a nerd wallet. A nerd wallet's gonna inform the thickness.
I just have a leather wallet, man. I don't know. Like,
will you show one of your cards on screen, please?
Front and back.
Yeah, front and back, just for fun.
Like a wallet. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So that's the whole brownie, or that's the quarter?
Yeah, this is like a whole one, right? And so like eat a fourth of this, right? Like a fourth. You cut it into 4 squares.
Damn, is it that powerful that you want to eat a fourth of it?
I think it's all different. It's all different.
Well, I'm saying for that specific one, you know, like it depends. It depends. And so I think we forgot those instructions, and so we each ate a whole one, and then went and saw Sweeney Todd with a friend of ours.
Man,
and our friend was sober, so she could drive us and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, dude, I wanted to throw up so hard in that movie because the violence was just insane.
There's a lot of violence.
Like, I couldn't handle it. And then like, yeah, that's I felt so weird watching that movie. And then we got out of that movie and we were both like, it was 2 of us were super wasted and the third one was just stone cold sober. And when we got in the car, she starts talking about them. She's like, oh man, like blah 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 blah. And then we both just look at her and we're like, can we like not talk about that movie, please, right now? Like, and it was super awkward because it was just it made both of us feel sick to our stomachs watching the amount of violence. Like, it was just so insane. And the next day I woke up and I was like, fuck, still
Come on.
No, I didn't know it was gonna be still. Like, that was at least a 15-hour experience. And so that's why I was saying, you know, it's a ride that you just got to go on and you can't stop it.
Oh man. Sweeney Todd, for me, the music was the part that makes me sick. I do not like the music on Sweeney Todd. Like, I hate the sing talking that happens in there. So when you say sing talking, I always think about how Sweeney Todd, they sing like every action is a song, you know, kind of, and I hate it so much. Yeah. But it's the same guy that wrote West Side Story, Sondheim.
That's interesting because I actually didn't notice a lot of sing talking in West Side Story.
Exactly, and that's why I like West Side Story a lot. That's probably one of my favorite musicals. And
it was you that said that, yeah? Because I watched it for the first time last week, and I really love the acting. Oh man, the acting's so good.
Acting's good.
The cinematography is amazing. And then
the new one or the old one?
The new one.
He hasn't seen the old one.
Steven Spielberg went to such cool lengths to make it look like the old one, though. Oh. Like, it looks like it's Technicolor, but it's not.
Oh.
And that's what's cool about it, because I've seen enough of the old one to know what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I like.
Well, I mean, it's that classic Technicolor.
But it was so funny because when we were watching it for like about 15 minutes, Lindsay's like, "Wait, did we accidentally press play on the old one?" And I'm like, "No, you can see the actors are different. Like, they're different actors."
Damn.
And
I wish they would have.
Can't you see the faces aren't painted?
That's Klingons. Actually, I did say that. I did say, but look at the faces; they're not painted. Like,
they're not Klingons. It's not the Federation. Don't worry.
But it is really super cool to look at. But yeah, the music, they don't change it at all, right? It's exactly the music.
That's kind of a bummer to me. That's a mixed bag because I love the music in the original West Side Story. I think it's great. No, but yeah, I wanted them to do like something like Annie, where they kind of like update some of it, because Officer Krupke doesn't seem like it would play well in modern times with modern sensibility.
Okay, well, to be fair, I don't know for certain that they don't update it, but it sounds like the music. You know, a lot of those songs are famous. Like, it was pretty weird for me to know how many of those songs I've heard without ever watching the musical, right?
That's
like,
Bo.
I know a lot of those songs, and it was weird to see them all in one movie. It was kind of like when I finally saw Cats for the first time.
Oh, and you realize that some of the
but mostly just memories. You know what I mean? Like
that's how I felt when I watched Wicked. I knew the songs before I watched that movie.
Oh yeah.
I don't know any of the Wicked songs, and I've never read Wicked or seen Wicked.
Wait, why?
Sorry, Ricky, did you say movie? Wicked movie?
No. So, as a kid, there was a Wicked commercial when that play debuted on like Nickelodeon or something, and I remember loving one of the songs in that little 30-second commercial, but just had no context on where it was from.
Got it.
Until I finally saw Wicked, probably 10 years ago now.
And
like it hit me in that theater, like when that song came on, it's like, what? This is the one from my childhood that I liked, and I found it. It's pretty good.
Frank,
so one tier.
You'd have to watch it and be the official word on whether or not any of the lyrics change. But I mean, like, they sound like the songs,
The lyrics do change often, especially like in older shows. Like some of the lyrics in Phantom of the Opera and stuff change. Like they update a little bit as they go. Even from play to play, movie and all that stuff.
Yeah, let me know for sure, because I don't know.
But I'm just saying that like there's a certain kind of like, I want to say like a 50s 60s kind of innocence that comes along with some of the music and some of the context. Like the America song seems to have that kind of like, it's just a playful little banter among friends. Same with the Officer Krupke song.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem like it would translate now to modern
sensibilities. Okay, well, they thematically they do things to update, but so the song ends up having more context because of what you see going on while it plays. You know what I mean? That's cool. They definitely, Steven Spielberg's very conscious of like, what does it mean to be of Latin descent living in America? What does it really mean versus what they thought it meant in 1950 or whatever.
Sure.
And so it does resonate with right now, a lot better than well, I mean, probably it resonated then too, but like, it resonates for today's culture.
Well, it's kind of a timeless story, I think. Like Romeo and Juliet's like a timeless tale.
Yeah.
Was it still Puerto Ricans? Were they still Puerto Rican, or were they just like more Latin?
No,
general Latin.
It's Puerto Ricans, and it matters that they're Puerto Ricans. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But
that's cool.
You should watch it. It is the girl who plays Anita. Like, I wasn't excited when Ricky was giving us the news like a week or two ago about how she's going to be in a Marvel project. It had no context, and I was gonna thanks. I was gonna tell something funny. I was gonna say, like, I had no context when he told us, so I didn't remember it. And then I watched the movie, and I was like, oh my God, this actress is amazing. She is the best part of the whole movie. And I was like, Lindsay, Ricky was telling me she's in some MCU thing. And then I Googled it, and I was like, oh, never mind.
What was it? I don't remember.
She's playing Calypso in Craven.
Oh,
and that's not an
MCU. But what if Morbius comes out in 2 weeks, right?
And just kills it, and just knocks it out.
Perspective can change on Craven.
It really can't. It really can't.
There's nothing that movie will do to make you want to be interested in that. No,
because they were already 2 Venoms deep, bro. You say this like we're not already 2 movies deep in this shitty universe.
You already threw the baby with the bathwater on that one. Like, there's no turning back that ship.
There was no turning back after they doubled down on Venom. When they doubled down on Venom, there was no, because they don't have James Gunn doing this. Who's directing Morbius? Who's directing Morbius?
Who knows?
Wait, you don't know who it is?
I don't. I actually don't.
Then it's not James Gunn, huh?
Like, then it's probably not. Yeah. No, isn't it like, what's his name? Smeagol?
I was just asking the question if there's anything that movie could do to change your mind about that whole universe.
No,
it could be good. I mean, that'd be a good start. Stranger things have happened. I mean, like, we've seen good movies come out of weird things, weird places.
I mean, like,
but unironically good. Not the Venom one good. Like it has to be like a real good kind of lightning
You haven't
in a
seen
bottle
Venom 2
situation.
yet, right?
I have not.
Dennis? Okay.
Yeah. You've seen it, Ricky?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Oh, is it good? Is it?
It's
or is it ironically good? It's more the same.
Yeah.
Which is not good. Which is not.
Yeah.
That's not. That's like ironically good.
I'll see it when it ends up on Netflix in like 3 years.
I thought it was on HBO Max, wasn't it?
Stars, right?
It's because
Stars.
It's a Sony movie, dude. Sony movies get banished to Stars world.
So yeah, it's on Stars. Okay, so I have. Oh, you don't have Stars though, right? Okay.
No, I don't have Stars.
Quick question on West Side Story though. Who played Bernardo? So West Side Story, just like Romeo and Juliet, like the best characters are your Mercutio, your Bernardos, and the nurse.
I don't know most of the actors in that movie, and I think that's what made it easier for me to love it. Because they're mostly unknowns, with the exception of
Ansel
Baby Driver.
Elgort?
Yeah, and that guy was so charming. There were moments where I felt like I was watching Harrison Ford. Like there were just moments where I was like, "This is like a young Harrison Ford right here." This is really
he was a front runner, right, to play young Solo in Solo.
He was.
He looks like him sometimes, just for a brief moment. Just the way he talks and looks at her. But yeah, I would honestly say, like, I am never, other than Rita Moreno, I wouldn't recognize. Oh yeah, sorry. Yellow Jacket is in the movie. Corey Stoll. He plays Lieutenant Shrank.
Oh, Yellow Jacket. I was thinking like one of the Yellow Jackets. I'm like,
no. Sorry, the Ant-Man's Yellow Jacket. He's in the movie.
So he's Lieutenant Shrank. He's
he's
Krupke's right hand man.
Yeah, he's Shrank, and Ansel Elgort plays Tony, and then Rita Moreno plays Valentina. And outside of that, dude, I couldn't tell you any of them, which I was fine with it because it made me just immerse more in the story. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Was the guy who played Bernardo good? Yeah, he was really good. Was the guy who played Riff really good? Hell yeah. But I've never seen these actors before in my life. So,
okay.
It's Steven Spielberg, dude. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it's Steven Spielberg being very respectful of a source material, and not just being handed a cash check a check to do to sign off and say he did Ready Player One.
That's his only whiff though, right? Ready Player One is what we're
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is quite a whiff.
Yeah, Ready Player One's fun.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is quite a whiff.
Okay.
Ready Player One is a garbage movie. It's a garbage movie.
Garbage. Damn.
Yeah, it's a garbage movie.
You're not even gonna praise the.
I think it's a very meta thing to have him direct that movie.
I
agree.
I thought it was a very intentional thing to have him direct the movie so that they could get an MPAA rating of PG-13 because it was directed by Steven Spielberg, even though the amount of blood in that would easily get you a rated R movie, if it wasn't directed by Steven Spielberg.
Rated R?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
They used The Shining in that movie.
Don't they?
They used The Shining in that movie. Yes. And that's to me, I'm like, whoa, MPAA, you are a little biased right now.
I watched The Shining.
Wait, they use The Shining in Kung Fu Hustle too.
But they do the full blood, filling the hallways.
Yeah,
and then they also have the naked lady in the bathroom.
I mean, it could be cool.
They had the naked lady in the bathroom in Ready Player One. Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
She's in Ready Player. They don't show her boobs. They show her from behind. Different camera angles, but it's still
just Kool-Aid, so you're good.
It's just Kool-Aid, guys.
It's not. It's not just Kool-Aid.
It's just Kool-Aid.
You don't know the point of it. It's you can't say it's just Kool-Aid when it's supposed to be blood in the movie.
It's all a video game, Frank. How many video game tricks do you use to achieve effects like that?
Yeah, exactly. You could even turn off the blood if you want.
You guys are stupid.
God of War had its own German version that was less violent.
Yeah, there you go.
Less blood. There you go. So maybe the Germans have the superior version of the more PG-13 version of Ready Player One
Yeah, it
somewhere.
was just a localized.
I would say
It's
I
just
wouldn't
localized,
I
yes.
wouldn't call it a complete whiff, but I would say AI is not a very good Steven Spielberg movie as well.
That was a Kubrick one that he finished.
I know,
though, right?
I know, but I feel like Kubrick would have finished it better.
He would have finished it. He would have put an ending on, slapped an ending on there.
That's another one I want to go back and watch. I have no memory of what AI is, but I just remember having it had a cool logo.
Do you remember enjoying the movie at all?
I don't think I ever watched it except for the ending, but I really don't remember the plot or anything of it.
I've heard the BFG is not very good.
The BFG?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Is that a movie?
The big
It's a Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Big friend. It's a Steven Spielberg animated movie.
Oh, is that the one that's like it's like a Pixar-ish looking kind of movie?
I know it's like
it's CG. It's a CG animated
animation though, right? It's like
like rotoscope. Oh, cool.
Right? I could be lying.
So it's like rotoscope, but with CG kind of thing.
I think it is because there is a live action character, in that movie.
I don't love War of the Worlds. I don't love
true.
that one. It's not a very good movie.
Actually, I think I remember that was my first Spielberg disappointment, if I remember.
AI came out before that.
I mean, you want to talk about
that was my first.
Yeah,
well, but
AI was everybody's first disappointment.
That's not a true Spielberg disappointment.
All right, fine.
I was willing.
I'll concede that to you, but like I'm saying, I think most people were quite surprised when they went and saw AI and were like, "Oh, like that's
that's a chilling peek at our future of
War of the Worlds
other directors finishing projects."
It's a decent adaptation, though, right? You got the tripods, you got the things, right?
War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
it's so unmemorable considering the original one was so memorable.
I was gonna say, well, considering isn't it based on a radio show, like a teleplay? Yeah. So
no, War of the Worlds is a book.
No,
was it a book before the radio play?
Yeah, the radio play was reading the book.
Yeah, it's a book, and the radio play is based on the book. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
And it's Orson Welles that does the
H.G. Wells.
No, Orson Welles does the book or does the radio thing. And then they adapted it into a movie a few years later. In the like,
it is. No, you're right. It is H.G. Wells that wrote the book. Good.
Okay.
But Orson Welles did the radio version of it, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I think like
yeah.
That's Citizen Kane, right? Orson Welles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Also Unicron.
Unicron. The variant disease.
Wait, you never seen Transformers the movie?
No, I didn't know the first Transformers.
The original animated movie.
The one
produced
by Steven Spielberg.
Give me
you
a hero.
Got the touch.
Yeah, you got the touch. That's what it is. You give me send me a hero.
That's Orson Welles' last performance, I believe.
Okay, he was Unicron, eh?
Yeah, he was Unicron.
I missed a lot of weird movie things like that. I think the only movie I saw, and it pissed me off because it was the He-Man movie, but it wasn't a He-Man movie. It was the stupid TV show. It was the 4 episodes when he met like She-Ra. It was that series in a movie form, and I'm all like, this is bullshit. I've seen this before on a rerun.
Man, yeah, I'm looking at his directing movies, and like, whew, he had a streak up until AI. He had a streak that was quite impressive. So,
Spielberg, we're talking about Spielberg.
Yeah, so AI just threw people for a loop, but then Minority Report came back really strong. That's an excellent movie.
I've never seen.
I feel like that's pretty divisive.
I love Minority Report when I watched it back then. I haven't watched it in a long time.
I was pretty young when that movie came out too. All those was like early 2000s.
That's probably one of my favorite like Tom Cruise movies. One of my last favorite Tom Cruise movies.
I'm mixed up on that one. Is that the one where he gets in the car accident and his face is jacked up?
No.
Is that the one with the eyes where they advertise to you by your retinas?
Minority Report is the one with the precogs.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And that's okay. And they're trying to like set him up.
Yeah.
And they identify.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry, Ricky. You hadn't seen it?
I don't care.
Okay, no, this is a movie not to spoil though. But I mean, if you want to spoil it one day, it's fine. I know you're down to clown though.
It's an excellent movie, but some movies, the fun of it is not having it spoiled.
Vanilla Sky is what I was thinking of. Vanilla Sky is the one.
Oh, Abre los ojos.
Mm-hmm.
That's the original movie.
The original one, yeah.
Yeah.
And Vanilla Sky was the weaker
also
one.
with Penelope Cruz. I think she's in both versions.
Is she really?
I think so.
What?
Yeah.
Abre los ojos, huh?
Yeah. That's also how
she was. Wow.
Yeah, that's also how Coco 2 starts.
With Abre los ojos?
Yeah, remember, that's how the movie starts.
Yeah, okay.
It's not
Coco 2. I'm all like Coco 2. I'm all like, it took me a while to digest all the information.
That's the joke we keep calling the movie.
I wanted to react to Ian's
Encanto.
reaction.
Encanto.
Ian looks a little perturbed that I haven't watched the Transformers movie. Yeah.
Oh,
broke me.
Nice.
Is that the one where Optimus dies? And
yes. Yeah.
I'm getting choked up just talking about it.
It was so traumatic for children then that they had to rewrite the G.I. Joe movie because Hasbro's plan was also he was supposed to.
No
way. He was supposed to die in the G.I. Joe movie. And then after the Transformers, like the backlash, because people lost their shit. So they rewrote it and they added the scene where he's in the hospital at the end in a coma. Because people couldn't handle it. But Duke's still not in the majority of the movie because he gets blowed up.
And then they wipe him in the second live action movie.
Yeah, same. They're like, we can do it now. We're good. We can do it now.
Yeah. Did he die in the or the live action movie? He died in the live action movie.
Yeah, Channing Tatum's character gets killed.
They wipe him in the very beginning.
Yeah. Oh, so Channing Tatum plays Duke.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's the Retaliation is a far better movie in that it takes itself way less seriously, and it just
they do some Cobra ass shit in that movie.
They do some Cobra shit. Yeah.
Which is the one where they have the mecha suits.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Okay.
A whole generation was traumatized by Optimus dying. I want to say I wasn't. I thought it was really cool.
Did he die like he died in the Michael Bay movies? Like he took on the Allspark or whatever?
Oh no, dude. He died in like the first 20-30 minutes just by gunshot wounds from Megatron. Like
what?
Megatron just capped his ass, dude. Like
he went out like a bitch.
It's kind of unceremonious. Like Megatron kills like half of all the Autobots that you grew up watching for like 2 years on the cartoon. He murks them so good, and it is so awesome because like Hasbro's cleaning house. They're like, we need a whole new set of figures to sell to people, so let's kill these ones. They kill so many of the famous ones, and then it all culminates in him killing Optimus.
Wow.
And then Megatron ends up kind of dying, but like weird. Yeah. It's pretty cool, man.
That sounds really cool the way you've described it.
I loved it. I loved watching him die.
That sounds ballsy as fuck. I like that.
It was ballsy as fuck. And so like cool. And then Judd Nelson plays the character that replaces him, and I think people just didn't like that character because he wasn't.
He's from Fast Times. The Judd Nelson. Okay. Judd Nelson. Got it.
But he plays Hot Rod, who once he merges with the Matrix becomes Rodimus Prime, and people were just not digging Rodimus Prime.
That's awesome. He's like David Lee Roth and Van Halen.
Kinda, yeah, pretty much. And so like they did a whole season of the cartoon with Rodimus Prime, but because of all the backlash at the end, the season ends with like a 3-part mini series called The Return of Optimus Prime, and they bring back Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, and then they never do it again. They're like, never again. So always Optimus Prime. That's what we learned. If we want to sell this brand, never kill him again. So yeah.
Okay. You can kill Jazz though. Jazz
got murked good.
Jazz is fine.
Jazz, yeah. So many. Ironhide gets murked. It's like
wow.
I think Bumblebee's one of the safe ones, though. He gets away.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets away and becomes Goldbug. Whatever. It's dumb.
This sounds dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. I don't ever recommend you actually watch the TV show. It's not as good as you want to believe it is. Like as a kid growing up on ever being exposed to that. But the movie has some fucking awesome 80s music, and you owe yourself that. You should watch that movie. It's pretty hilarious. And it's got Orson Welles as Unicron.
Yeah, you've already sold that.
And Leonard Nimoy as Galvatron.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
Leonard Nimoy's got an excellent voice.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He wasn't Galvatron in the live action movie though, right? Who was he?
Leonard Nimoy has been dead for a few years too.
No, he wasn't. He was voicing.
He was in the second Transformers movie,
one.
I think.
The
second or third one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Leonard Nimoy was in one of the Michael Bay ones.
Was he one of the racist robots that couldn't read? Okay, perfect. Good. That seems like it was well cast.
No, he's in the genocide robot.
Oh, okay. That's even better. That's even.
I think Leonard Nimoy is like the bad guy in like the third one, right?
Yeah, he's the fire truck. I don't know what he is or what's his name.
I've only seen up to the second one and I gave up. What I was gonna say, like, man, I always watched the shitty TV shows, the shitty cartoons growing up. I missed like the G.I. Joes and I missed the Transformers.
The Transformers one was an actual theatrical movie.
No, I know, I realize that, but yeah. I'm lamenting that I missed all the classic shows. I feel like I watched shit like Centurions and
I watched Centurions too, but I knew that Centurions was significantly worse than Transformers.
Yeah, see, I had no point of reference with that. And what Silverhawks? Did you watch Silverhawks?
Significantly worse than Thundercats.
Yeah. I did watch Thundercats and I did watch He-Man, so to my credit. But also, like, what was the other one? Fucking Ghostbusters. I watched Ghostbusters with the goddamn monkey.
The real Ghostbusters, the one you're supposed to watch.
That's the one I skipped. That's the one I panned. That one and Extreme Ghostbusters.
No, it was a Ghostbusters with a monkey.
Yeah, there's a Ghostbusters with a monkey.
Because there was always a Ghostbusters and the monkey. It existed as a live action TV show in the 70s. And so
there was a movie in the 30s also. Yeah,
there was a legal battle that happened after the Ghostbusters movies came out because of the name, because it was owned by this old show from the 70s and stuff. And so when the cartoon was being developed, they tried to cash in on the fact that they own this property. So they created the Ghostbusters cartoon based on this old 70s show before the movie could get their cartoon out. And so the movie couldn't do anything about it because they found out, they did own this name. So they took their property and called it the real Ghostbusters. And so
pretty baller.
It is pretty baller because everybody knows that the real Ghostbusters was the better one because it had you don't know that.
I don't know that. I don't know that at all.
Did you watch GoBots? That's what Ian wants to know. Were you watching GoBots? Oh god.
I did watch GoBots, unfortunately.
GoBots was so bad.
Take your clearance Kmart ass out of here, friend.
That show sucks so bad. But I just watched it because
end cap shopping.
At the time I think we were in between remote controls. That's how I ended up watching like Airwolf and shit. Airwolf wasn't good, but it Stockholmed me into believing it was good.
It had Jan Michael Vincent.
And I had Jan Michael Vincent. And actually, I did as an adult, I love Airwolf. I thought Airwolf was fantastic.
I liked Airwolf when I was a kid, but I liked Knight Rider better.
Knight Rider was awesome. Knight Rider was obviously the better show.
Yeah.
Can I remember an episode? No, I cannot.
No.
I just remember Kit was cool.
But it's usually Kit making sweet jumps. And then Michael showing his chest hair off at some point.
Yep. And then Kit like says something witty stuff. I don't think you should do that, Michael.
And Kit was Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World.
Never seen that show.
Whoa, you never seen Boy Meets World, huh?
Whatever generic Boy Meets World clone came out at the same time as Boy Meets World, that's probably what I watched. That's probably what I spent my time watching.
Okay. All right. Cool.
The real Ghostbusters.
Boy Meets World is where I first was introduced to Will Friedle. And I love Will Friedle is Terry McGinnis.
Oh, Will Friedle. Sorry, I thought you said Wilfred L. And I'm all, who is Wilfred L? But Will Friedle, yeah.
Yeah.
That's from Last Man on Earth, I think. Last Man on Earth.
No, Will Friedle. It plays Terry McGinnis.
Oh, the the voice actor. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought it was who's the Last Man on Earth guy then?
Will Forte.
Will Forte.
Will Forte,
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
Will Friedle's also on like Kim Possible.
but he's in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also sometimes in.
I did watch Head of the Class, Ian. Holy crap!
He's also sometimes in Critical Role, and he also is he's like the last cameo that I bought for somebody. When was it? I can't remember. I bought it for who got the last cameo?
I thought it was Oliver. I thought didn't Oliver start it?
Yeah, but no.
Ian?
Oh no, I got it for Brian, our DM. I got it for Brian. Because I figured he'd like it. It was Brian and the entire Dungeons and Dragons crew. It was kind of like a wow, I can't believe we've been playing this for this long kind of thing.
That's cool.
That was the last one I did.
Head of the Class, I thought was a great show. That's like up there with WKRP in Cincinnati. Like I like shows like that for some.
I liked Head of the Class. You know, they did a sequel show on HBO Max, right?
I didn't, but if there was a show that was next to that or adjacent to the Head of Class sequel show, I probably watched it. If it was a shitty version of like Pirates of the Dark Water.
No, it already got canceled. It got canceled.
Okay,
after
perfect.
one season. It premiered on HBO Max a few months ago, and it's done.
Okay,
it's canceled. Good. Yeah.
Did they get like Billy Connolly back or anyone like that?
No, they got Robin Givens.
Okay, I can see why it's canceled. I can see why it's gone now.
Yeah,
man,
she's the new principal of the high school.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah,
I would give it a shot. Did you ever watch? Man, I just thought about it too. Like, Bosom Buddies. Do you think Bosom Buddies will make a? Think they're gonna make a remake of that anytime soon?
Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies was an excellent show that probably does not hold up in 2022.
Some weird stuff.
I can't imagine it.
Bosom Buddies. Google it, Ricky. Bosom Buddies.
Do I need to turn my safe search off?
Please do. Yeah. Do Bosom Buddies fan
art. When did you turn it on? When did you turn safe search on?
Bosom Buddies fan art. For a long while, it seemed like Tom Hanks tried to bury that show.
Oh yeah, this does not seem okay for modern times.
But Tom Hanks,
it was like his first big career launching thing.
Yeah, I think he did big after that, didn't he?
He did Splash after that.
Splash,
and then Big was a little after, much later.
Yeah, and Peter Scolari, the Scolari brothers.
It came on right after Mork and Mindy.
Yep.
Yep.
Which also probably doesn't age well, but whatever. Mostly just because the amount of cocaine he must be on when he's doing that character all the time.
I totally skipped Mork and Mindy also. I missed that one.
I liked that show back then. But this is definitely dating us for how old we are. See, this is what Steven Spielberg does to you. He makes you remember the better times.
That's his charm. And that's why I think his being hired on Ready Player One is a really good move.
You know,
I thought it suited the movie.
Yeah, you know, it's really funny. I'm looking at it, and AI and Minority Report are right about at the midpoint of his directorial career. Like, those are right at the middle.
Yeah, but the dude started off so hot. Like,
what was his first movie? Color Purple?
No, not Color Purple.
Let's look him up.
Jaws? Looks like
could be Jaws. Oh, Firelight. Firelight's his first movie. Yeah. I've never even heard of it. Firelight, Duel, Ace Eli. Yeah, Jaws is his first, like, I guess, mainstream movie.
Yeah, his first big movie break. Yeah, it looks.
Oh, like yeah, Jaws. Yeah. Then he knocked it out, man.
Jaws, and then it just keeps going. Yeah, it just
1941, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T.
Yeah,
holy shit.
And then if you look at them, then like it's AI and Minority Report and Catch Me If You Can are kind of right there in the middle, and then there's that back half that's like kind of not as good.
Yeah, War of the Worlds.
Like he was enjoying the money.
The Adventures of Tintin.
Tintin, yep. He brought it back with Lincoln, though, I think. Because Lincoln, Bridge of
Lincoln got the
Spies.
Oscar,
Yeah.
right? Or Daniel Day
Oh,
Lewis
wait,
got
did
the
it? I
Oscar
think it
for
did.
Lincoln. War Horse got
Daniel
an
Day
Oscar
Lewis,
too, didn't it?
Daniel Day Lewis got an Oscar. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen, man.
Wait, did you
There's a
say
lot.
Lincoln 2, Ricky?
Yeah.
Is that Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo? That's when he starts dancing with Ozone and Turbo.
Yes.
He's back with his 2 cents.
Ian would like us to know that Tintin was great.
Tintin looked great.
I get Tintin mixed up with Hugo. Tintin's the one with the kid that solves crimes or something.
Tintin's
I think he's got a dog
Yeah.
or something.
He's
too.
got a dog, yeah. Okay, that's the good one. I think Hugo's the one. No,
The
no,
dog's
I like
probably the dog's probably named Rin Tin Tin.
Hugo's
Hugo.
great.
Yeah, Hugo's the one with Borat, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's like a steampunky kind of.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
it
and
has
actually
a
Hugo is good
automaton.
Hugo's really good. I saw that one.
And a Hit Girl. Hit Girl's in Tintin.
Question for Ricky.
That's a good one.
You gonna go to WonderCon?
Is that next week? Or
It's in like 2 or 3 weeks.
I kind of want to go. I'm there.
I'm thinking about it. We did a convention last week, and that was kind of weird.
Oh, where'd you go?
I went to the Abilities Expo in LA.
Oh, is that where you got the chair?
No, I got my old
Oh.
chair souped up so that it's good to go for a while.
What new abilities did you acquire at the Abilities?
Dude, I got to go take tours of 2 Winnebagos.
Is that your next move?
They have Winnebago has designed 2 handicap accessible models for like one's like about $175,000 and the other one's like about $380,000.
Oh, damn.
Those are insane, but like it's weird. I can't imagine living in a vehicle.
Do they have a bat pod type thing in the Winnebagos for you?
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
When it blows up, it splits open, and I just drive out in my wheelchair. It's really cool.
And you're all like, later,
Barb
nerd, to
Wire.
Lindsay. You're
The
like,
yellow lever.
Yeah, exactly.
that's pretty sweet.
No, that was probably the coolest thing I saw. That was there.
Is there? I'm speaking from like a place of super ignorance. Are there influencers in that space?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
But I thought the other cool thing that I did actually test drive is because I got done telling you guys like a week ago when you were flipping out on you were flipping out on the Batmobile, and I said I couldn't give a shit about cars, period. But I could tell you like every time I see a wheelchair in a movie or something like that, and then I told you that I actually test drove the wheelchair that was in Batman vs Superman probably a year or 2 before that movie came out. Yeah. And so, fun story. I actually, I test drove the new model this last weekend because they've pivoted how they want to do it. But
took out the bomb.
They took out the bomb. Perfect.
Yeah. So basically,
the lead, hopefully.
the chair is called the Will. It's a WHIL, and
that's not a good name.
It's WHIL.
The Will, like is in your last rites and
WHIL.
Sound, mind, and body.
But what's cool about it is it's a Japanese designed wheelchair, and it's incredibly like really space efficient. It's really like because you know how like my chair it's a tank, right? Like the entire lower part is all motor and battery and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
but if you see the Will is just like super small, like where it just doesn't make sense how they make it work like that. And like the front wheels are crazy, so they don't spin on an axle. Instead, the front wheels are made of tons of little wheels.
Oh, they're like omnidirectional?
Yeah, omnidirectional wheels.
So you can like crab walk?
No,
like
only the front wheels. Only the front wheels are.
Oh, so you could be like Batman. Was that Batman Forever? When the wheels turn on the Batmobile and it goes on its side, or it goes sideways, like when Two-Face is shooting the rocket at it and it's all.
If the back wheels had it too, then yes, I could, but only the front wheels have it. So it's really cool. But like I remember test driving it, back in the day, and I thought it was cool. But like the thing about it is it still wasn't even like FDA approved or something like that. So at the time, I couldn't get insurance to pay for it because it just wasn't a fully accepted product in America, and so that's why I ended up with the chair I had. I really liked it. And also the thing that also threw me off about it is you can control it with a Bluetooth like app. Like you can just sync your phone to it and drive it with the app. And I was like, I don't trust my friends enough to ever own this thing. And so it was fun to go back there this last week, and the company's back, but they've pivoted completely. Like, so now what they're doing with their technology is they're making travel chairs because airlines just do not have regulations in place. They just don't care about disabled passengers because it just makes up just a small amount of their customer base. So they manhandle the shit out of our chairs, dude. Like it's just bad. And so like I always get like all the butterflies in my stomach on a trip just on the flights. Like I don't care. Everything else about a trip is like fine for me. I don't care what happens. But it's the flights where like I've literally been handed my joystick separate from my chair like after I got off the plane. They're like, here you go. And I'm like, that's not how it was when I gave it to you. You know, like
or was it? It still works.
Yeah.
Sure.
You put it back on.
So wait, that's the only part that gives you butterflies? Like getting caught up in a hostel in Eastern Europe? That's fine with you?
Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. But so the new wheel, it's not white. Like the old one in the movie was white. The new one is black, but it is foldable. Or like there's two models. There's a foldable model, and then there's one that actually breaks apart into like 3 pieces. What? And the most heavy piece is only 42 pounds.
Holy shit.
Like, and it's nuts. And there's even room for a basket underneath. And like, and the battery comes out and like you could carry another battery in the basket underneath and stuff like that. So we were looking at it and we're like, this is crazy. And we're like, how much are you charging for these? $4,500.
That seems pretty cheap.
That's super cheap.
Is it cheap?
Yes. That's
what is your chair, if you don't mind?
Like a car.
Really?
Like a car.
Holy shit!
Like my car.
Like
sure.
what?
Like
10 to 20?
More.
10 to 20K? More? Holy shit! Like a big car.
Like
holy shit!
Way more. So a $4,500 travel chair is like really cool. So I was really impressed to see that they pivoted. They're like, yeah, that Batman v Superman thing didn't work out for us so well. Like everybody just thinks our chairs blow up, you know. So,
but they could fool Superman. A chair so well made, it fools Superman.
Yeah,
they should let me market for them.
It's true.
No, but that's cool.
Where's the
straight George Jetson?
Is it at the convention center?
Yeah. The South Hall.
That's cool.
Yeah, South Hall.
Is that the one closer to the or the other one?
The South Hall is, I think, the one where
closer to Joe's Crab Shack.
No, closer to the stadium. The Staples Center.
Yeah,
right.
Crypto.com arena.
Is it the Staples Center?
Is it the Staples? Formerly the Staples Center.
Oh yeah, yes. Or sorry, whatever. I don't. Yeah,
right.
It's the one on that
the
side,
basketball place.
The basketball place.
But it was really weird because like I guess I was talking to Scott the other day, who's doing the comic WonderCon prep and stuff, and I was telling him the weirdest thing about it is because the mask mandates were lifted like a week or two ago.
Oh, you guys got mask mandates lifted
in California, yeah. And so what was really awkward is like most of the attendees, which was like everybody in wheelchairs, all wearing masks. Most of the people running the booths
not wearing masks.
No.
So you can tell who cares about their health.
I've been laying low for the whole week just to see if I got sick like today or tomorrow, because like I definitely exposed myself to more human beings.
Nice.
All right. Than in the last 2 years,
Were you drunk or what? I do that sometimes when I'm drunk.
No, it's just I ate an edible before we got there.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The quarter brownie. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking WonderCon, Star Wars celebrations coming up.
Yeah, but Scott was telling me their rules are if it's a convention of 1,000 or more, like they have to wear masks. So
the workers or the attendees?
The workers, the people working. So that made me comfortable in knowing, that.
I mean, WonderCon's in Orange County though. That shit's wild west in terms of masks.
Anaheim, though. Yeah, maybe.
Someone who works there.
That's cool that you guys got the mask mandates lifted. That COVID's over now. Up here, we still have the mandates in place till the end of the month, I think.
It weirds me out for sure.
We stopped wearing masks at work again. Now, well, we all had to provide. It was basically show proof of vaccination, and you're good to go. No mask.
See, but that's the weird thing to me is it's like, why? I don't see it as an inconvenience. Like,
it's not an inconvenience, but there's.
I like it. I like it.
8 of us in our office area, so it's like, okay.
I'm down with the masks in the wintertime.
We're pretty spaced.
I think. In the summertime is when it's an inconvenience for me.
The only time we wear masks is when we're going to a conference room, pretty much. When we're closer.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but when we're like making out and like you do it as employees, totally unmasked.
Okay. Yeah, they were actually gonna send us back to work on the 4th, and they're kind of rolling back on that because everybody made a stink in the all hands today. And they went crazy, man. They're all like, and gas prices are up right now, and then you're not providing any parking for us, and like they were like freaking crazy today.
Oh yeah, I would love to work from home at this point. Gas sucks, dude.
Yeah, I saw like $5.50 or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Yeah, we gassed up. We had to gas up the van before we went to LA, and oh my god, it was like $100. And I'm like, what the hell happened here? Whoa, what did this? Yeah, I mean, we just don't the cool thing is like we don't gas up the van very often. It's maybe once every other month or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, it makes sense. This is almost the same with my Prius. Like I don't gas up very often. It was like $30, and I was like $30, and everyone's all like, "That's great," and I'm all like, "That's great. Okay, that's great. I'll take it." But still, for me, that's expensive. It's normally like 15, maybe 20 if I'm really low.
Yeah, it was $100 to gas up that van on Saturday.
Damn,
that was crazy.
That was a consideration for not going to San Diego this weekend.
Yeah,
the gas prices.
But by the way, so this is just the reason I'm asking you, Ricky. The reason two reasons we're considering WonderCon. One, the Abilities Expo was pretty cool. Like it happened to be a rainy day. Saturday was off and on rain, so like I want to believe that might be why it was kind of lighter attendance that day. Like they were telling us the Friday was actually really busy. So possibly the rain, but whatever. It was a nice experience. Two, I still have pro badge status because they extended it for the past 2 years.
Do we have tickets to Comic-Con still?
Yes, we still have tickets to Comic-Con, which are under the pro badge, I think. But what that means is for WonderCon is I can get myself one free ticket and 2 guests. So if you wanted to, I'll
go. I'm here. Might as well, right?
Yeah. The only trick is we're definitely not going both day or all 3 days, or we probably just go for the Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see. I kind of feel like getting my dipping my toe in that just to get. I miss Comic-Con so much.
Just to get COVID.
Whatever you're comfortable with. So if it takes
see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, exactly. It's super funny. It's super funny about that is I knew all the risk I was assuming last weekend, right? Because I did the Batman, and then the next day I went and got my haircut for the first time in like 3 months. And then
I thought Lindsay was doing it. Lindsay was doing an awesome job though for a while.
She was doing it in 2020.
On film, on video, it looked good. I don't know how you felt about it in real life. I don't know the minutia.
Yeah, but this year, I have my first haircut was last week. I have not had a haircut since November, since the week before Thanksgiving. I think is when my last haircut was, and it's because the spikes were happening a lot right then, and like everybody assumed there was going to be a spike after Thanksgiving, and then another spike probably after Christmas. Yeah. And there were, right? Like there was crazy, like everybody I knew was getting sick, and
Christmas
I was like,
killed everyone.
Yeah, and I was like, the person that does my hair, like she's a little fast and loose when it comes to the mask and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I trust
assumptions.
Yeah, she's got a few family members. I don't know if
I was making assumptions. I am going on air saying yes, I was making assumptions. And so I decided, you know what? If Frank and Ricky and everybody else I know are getting COVID, she got COVID. And it's not worth it for me to go get a haircut, right? So, but I finally, I'd been complaining about how long my hair was, and I was like, all right, well, I mean, if I'm already risking it with the Batman and the convention, I might as well just get the haircut, right?
Roll the dice.
You're gonna be at the orgy in a week.
So it was so funny when I got to what she was doing my haircut, and I was trying to like be polite and explain to her. I'm like, hey, sorry, I haven't been here for a few months. Like I haven't been here for a few months because like so many people I know got COVID, and before I can even finish that sentence, she's like, oh, I did too, and I'm like. Yeah.
I did. I totally did.
Yeah, I kind of figured you did.
In fact, I have a vial of the old stuff. If you want it, you can make it into a brownie. It's great. Just only eat 1/4.
She's like, I did too. So I just kept my mask on during my haircut the whole time.
Holy smokes! I mean, it's probably gone by the time
Oh yeah, she got it like Christmas. She got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, that's not a great feeling. I'm sure.
But
are you gonna wear gloves to Comic-Con? Did you wear gloves?
What a nerd!
Dude, I didn't touch shit. Like that's kind of actually how I've existed most of my life. I don't touch anything that's not mine usually.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I let other people touch things for me and stuff. Like,
I don't think I've seen you sick very often.
Yeah,
either.
Oh, dude, I haven't been sick in like 3 years, man. It's pretty.
No,
crazy.
I mean just in general, just in like. And knowing you, I've heard of you being sick like once, maybe twice.
I don't get sick often, and I think it's because at some point,
seen Dennis butt sick for sure.
Yeah. At some point, I kind of adopted.
Butt sick from drinking, from all the drinking.
Yeah. At some point, I adopted this weird philosophy where it's like, I really don't need to touch a lot of things like in my life, because I touched this joystick, and I think this joystick has the potential of just collecting germs, and so maybe like that's why I don't touch things. So like I touch my keyboards, I touch my water, I touch my fork, my knife, whatever, but I don't go around touching a lot of things out in the world. I'll just let other people grab them for me and stuff. And so I'm kind of like Tony Stark, where it's like I don't like being handed things, you know what I mean? Like so when I was at the convention, they're trying to give me free pens and free anything, and I was just like, oh, I ain't touching shit here. And they're like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And I was like, you're the one giving out free pens. Like, so
yeah, but I coughed on it like for 2 hours.
Yeah. So I've reached a point in my convention going mind where I see it as a bad thing when you come home with a bunch of free shit now. It's those first 10 years where you're like, I want all the free shit you have. And then after a while, you're just like, nope. Never mind. I know where this goes. It just collects space, like it collects dust in a corner of my house that I don't want it to be in anyway. So,
did you ever get sick at any card tournaments, like any Versus or any other card games that you played?
Not that I can think of.
I got wiped out after a PAX one time, but I think it was because of the weather more so than like PAX East gets fucking cold.
Like the abrupt weather change, or just the weather in general?
I mean, for me, going to San Diego to 12 degrees.
Sure, yeah.
Not having adequate clothing.
Okay, so in part the abrupt weather change, because like I know like in certain elevations, like if I go from San Diego to like Reno or something, like I'll get sick for some reason, like for the first like couple days.
I went to New York and I thought that I was more comfortable in the cold than I really was, and I ended up coming home with pneumonia.
Oh man, god damn.
Yeah.
You can lose a toe or two, right? Like,
yeah, how many toes can you lose, do you think?
I don't think that has anything to do with pneumonia.
Isn't that pneumonia? Oh,
well, no. Well, I'm just asking.
I think
I'm asking for my own edification.
Peacemaker taught us you can lose at least 2, right?
Yeah, as long as it's not the big toe and the pinky.
Yeah, apparently the pinky sets you, like, at the pinky at a certain knuckle. Like it's the It's the top knuckle of the pinky that the highest or the one closest to your foot. That if you lose that one, you're pretty effed.
Mm.
So that's what they're saying. You can get it cut off at the first knuckle or whatever.
Yeah, but
First
if you're
knuckle.
walking barefoot, if you got shoes on, you're good, right?
I don't know.
I can't speak on this.
If we ever get diabetes, we definitely need to confer with each other on what toes.
We'll cut off which ones we're cutting off.
Yeah,
for science.
I know you could lose the cuboid, and the only reason I know that is because my dad had his cuboid removed from his foot, and he was able to walk around just fine. But he did have to
Cuboid?
walk around with a cane. Yeah, I guess it's a bone in your foot,
Oh, okay.
but not related to the toe. I was looking at the cast of Tintin. I don't think I've ever seen this. I was looking at the synopsis. I've never seen this movie.
Tom
I've
Hanks
seen
is
it
in that movie, isn't he?
advertised. Tom Hiddleston? Is that what you said?
Tom Hanks. Didn't he in that movie?
Mm-mm.
Who's the partner?
It's Jamie Bell, Andy Serkis, Daniel Craig, Nick
Andy
Frost,
Serkis, that's what it
and
was.
Simon Pegg. Yeah, this cast is stacked. The screenplay's stacked. It's Stephen Moffat, Edgar Wright, Joe Cornish, and then directed by
That was
Steven
one of the
Spielberg.
first movies they shot virtually. So what they rigged like some VR thing. So the camera movements are Steven Spielberg's like actual camera movements.
You mean like Avatar?
Yes, this is a precursor to Avatar.
Mm.
No, is it? Yes.
I don't. No, it's not. It's 2011. I think Avatar is before 2011, isn't it?
I don't remember.
Well, when it came out, when they shot it, Avatar's 09.
2009 is Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is like usually James Cameron invents new technology and then other directors go on to use it. So it just sounded, what you were describing sounded like something they probably took James Cameron's things and adapted it for Tintin.
They
That's
took
just-
it. And
That's
made
just
it
how
better.
crazy James Cameron is. He just invents new technology every like 10, 12 years, like whatever.
He's like Forge from X-Men. He just
He is like Forge from X-Men, dude.
Movie
makes up some new
Forge.
shit, and he's like, "Here you
It's
go."
it's nuts, man. It's so crazy. My
Well,
neighbor,
it makes it fun for him.
my neighbor's kid goes to his online vegan school. James Cameron runs a vegan school.
I thought you were
Or
going to say like
or he owns a vegan school. I don't
What's
think he runs
vegan
it.
school? Like, what is?
They
do you
just
learn how to
invent
be a
new vegan-
Or
they
you
invent
learn what
vegan
veganism is?
technologies.
It's school, but they place a slight emphasis on making sure that
That sounds
you know,
like X-Men.
kids know.
Like it's a vegan school, but they're really just
Wait, no.
superior.
they're
Isn't it
teaching
like
math. They're teaching math and English and all that stuff. But also they're providing meals that are vegan, like if you're actually in person, but they're doing remote. But I don't know how the curriculum's very different for
they
vegans.
teach you how to hone your vegan powers,
Your
like
vegan-
Scott
I guess
Pilgrim?
so. Yeah.
Like who was that in Scott Pilgrim? Was
Milking
that
eggs, bitch. It's Brandon Routh, right?
It was Brandon Roth, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
vegan school, eh? I like it.
All right, before we get going soon, I want to do two things. One, I just wanted to ask Frank specifically about
Vegan school?
Fresh.
Oh, Fresh. Yeah, okay.
Have you watched that movie yet, Ricky?
What is fresh?
It's Sebastian Stan's new movie on Hulu. Came out
Oh
last
no,
week.
no, it's a murder or serial killer movie, right?
Kind of.
He's
like
a
a
killer.
It's a serial killer rom-com.
Okay,
It's a
no,
real
I've
dark
not
comedy.
watched-
Real dark.
Is it a serial killer? Is he? Is that considered?
Yeah,
serial
I
killing?
would consider him a serial
Serial
killer.
killer
Okay, so
is-
maybe
is
I
there a
have a
cooling-
weird
is there a
definition of
cooling
serial
off
killer.
period in his killing.
Yeah, like so if he killed people
He doesn't
like
He doesn't
by
like
the-
kill anybody in the movie.
Okay, then no, he's not a serial killer.
not that we've seen, not explicitly,
Right, but I'm saying you don't see him kill anybody in the movie.
Yeah.
Like that's so
but he has the
It-
intention.
that's
He has the
that's why I'm
intention.
asking serial killer, because like it's hard to like for me, I
A
don't
person
know. I
who
guess
commits a series of murders, often with no apparent motive, and typically following a characteristic, predictable behavior pattern.
yeah, see, it's the predictable behavior pattern that kind of has got me thrown off on me defining. By the way, I am agreeing he is a serial killer.
No,
just
it's
think
the
so. I-
method by which he employs.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
so much. Yeah,
The reason I'm asking that is because like I was gonna lead into the show You on Netflix, but I did.
is he a
before
serial
I-
killer? He's a serial killer.
That's
is that
what
right?
I'm saying. I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
know. I can't That's hard for me to define. One of the reasons I kind of want you to watch it, so you
I
can
want to
help,
watch it. I've been
so
wanting
you
to
can
watch it.
help, so you can help me determine whether or not he is.
I'd be like, he's bad,
The
Dennis.
way
He's
that show does like text messaging. And I
What's
think
that?
it's pretty the way that show handles like text messages.
Oh, the show does a great job of
Yeah.
yeah. So the show exists in a world where technology is just every part of everybody's dating life and everything. It's reality, like it's very much focused on that. Like it's showing how much how shitty dating is in this day and age, right? And how like there's this guy that uh wants to do things the old fashioned way, but in all honesty, he's also using the shit out of every bit of the internet to like farm every single bit of data he can about a person that he's obsessed with before he even tries to, like, so he's manipulating every little tiny thing that would steer that person into his life.
okay.
So it's pretty funny, but you should watch it because like the part I'm really stuck on is he has no defined motive for killing the people he does, and he doesn't have like a specific type of person that he's killing. He's killing people that get in the way of him having a happy relationship with the person that he's pursuing.
Sounds like a Dennis Reynolds type of situation.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Dennis Miller.
Sounds like a Dennis Miller.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like trying to think like a
It's
Hannibal Lecter type almost.
kinda. Yeah. So it's really funny because like I make my wife uncomfortable because I'm every day I'm telling her how much I relate to this guy and how cool he is, and like,
And you're describing how you're gonna murder her later, and you're just
yeah.
laughing.
No, but I think the cool part about the show, like, we can talk about Freshmore if you want, but I kind of don't want to talk about it too much if like Ricky hasn't seen it yet. Highly recommend it, Ricky.
Ricky
it's really,
is down to clown. He's down to clown.
but I'm saying it's a good hour and a half
I'll show
movie.
you pictures of She-Hulk right now if you want.
I already seen those.
Did you see the one I sent you, Ricky? The one I sent you?
No.
Oh, okay.
They were on Marvelous News.
It was just on the thread. Yeah, they posted them. They did the Marvel Twitter, like they had all three pictures.
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. But what I was gonna say is like the thing I find interesting about you is, or the show you is, it's basically a guy that had a really shitty relationship that fall apart on him, right? And because of that, he was really jaded by the concept of love and like and finding his true love and stuff. And so I think he wanted to have more control in his life, right? And so he promised himself that the next time it would be different, and so he tried to be everything that this human being, this person that he became infatuated with, needed to be. Everything. And the best way to be everything they needed to be is to learn every single thing about them and every single thing about the people that are in their lives. And like it's stalking. He's
a stalker is shit. Okay.
Yeah, he's a stalker. And so through that, it's really fun because there's always like, it's like a 10 episode season, right? But like at some point in the middle of the season, he's totally achieved his goal, and it's like peak, it's perfection, right? Everything's going exactly the way he wants it, and it's very fulfilling to him, except there's all this gross, creepy shit that he had to do to get it there, and that's all going to come back to him, and then it all, all the dominoes fall, and it's super funny how he has to do that. And then they do it again a second season, and then and it's it's super funny. And now I'm on the third season, and yeah, it's ridiculous. But like he ends up having to just kill people because it's like in his mind there was no way out of it without killing somebody. You know what I mean? So
I never considered killing as an option, but now I got to start doing that.
Yeah,
efficient,
and so, but so the thing I like about the show is like I can definitely remember a time in my life where I felt really heartbroken, and I felt like if I could have done this different, or if I could have done this, and so I can relate in that way. Like I can relate to like feeling like you wish you had more control over that. But is it actually good to do that? No. Like, I understand that it's not. It's like the weird like demon inside you. The devil inside you that like tells you like if you do this, it'll totally work, kind of thing. Like,
I don't know about that. What is that?
everybody's got that, guys.
Do you have creatures
Everybody
that
has
talk?
that.
Yeah.
Everybody has that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. If they verbalize stuff to you, that's fine.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, just like the naughty side of you wants to like
I get what you're saying.
come out.
Yeah.
And so like I think that this show really fulfills that. It reminds me of that dark place, where you are when you get broken up with or cheated on or whatever it is.
It's like watching Always Sunny, where like you're watching people without inhibitions like do a bunch of weird shit, and you're like, I would never do that. That's why this is funny.
Yes, and that's that. This show is.
Except you would do the stuff.
I laugh a lot at this show. I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh at this show, but I do. But likewise, I laughed my head off at Fresh. If I laughed so hard at Fresh,
I don't know why, but I'm expecting you to be like this serious, like elevated horror drama piece, and Dennis is just laughing his ass off during it.
Maybe it is.
All right.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm sick, and that's fine. Whatever.
Color me interested either way. In any case, I'm more interested today than I was yesterday, and I'm pretty interested. I want to watch that. I still haven't finished.
Are you telling me when the big reveal happens, like 30 minutes into Fresh, you didn't laugh your head off?
Oh, it was great. No, Fresh is a total comedy.
I laughed so hard at that moment where you realize what's happening. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that is a complete comedy. The moment he said that they were going on a trip, I knew where the turn was going to be, but it was the presentation that made it good.
The presentation followed by the credits.
The title scene, the title card.
The title card.
I was like, oh, this is where we're showing the title card? I'm all like, this is fantastic.
You got to watch it, Ricky. It's so funny. And so Sebastian Stan's so good in it. And it is a tight movie. He's
charming.
It's not a long movie. It's an hour and a half, and he is super charming in it.
Even though he's like a kind of a murderous scumbag doing things for a certain reason, like you can't help but like him. Like he's super likable.
He is likable. He's super likable. Yeah. Also, the girl in it. Did you know that she's Brit?
Oh yeah, Daisy Edgar Jones. I think.
I couldn't her American accent was so good in that movie that I was just surprised. I went and looked her up afterwards, and I was like, oh, of course. She's British. British. They're all British or Australian or New Zealand. Everybody who plays awesome Americans.
We saw her in an interview. We kind of watched a couple of other pieces, but like she's in a bunch of BBC One shows too.
Yeah.
So we see her around. I see like a lot of weird people like in horror movies or something. They'll play like the main character, and I'm all like, oh shit, you were in Doctor Who. You were in this one episode of Doctor Who. I remember you, kind of thing. It's super weird.
Yeah.
But horror movies seem to be like their springboard into more mainstream stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, the last thing I'll say about the show You before if you want to take off soon is the first season, there was something just weird about it to me because I felt like it had commercial breaks. Like I could see very clear cuts where it would go to black and then it would pick up again from black screen to a new scene. And it just felt like the fade to blacks just felt slightly too long and like very intentional. And I'm like, are there supposed to be commercials here? Because I thought this was a Netflix original, and it just feels weird. And I noticed I don't think they ever actually swear in it either, like the first season. Like or fuck or something like that, which is really weird. Like anytime people are getting murdered, you just kind of expect swearing to happen, or there's sex and there's murder, but there's no cussing. And so it was really weirding me out. And then like as soon as the second season started, it just was better. There was no more of that crap. People were dropping F-bombs every now and then in very natural ways and all this. And so I went and looked it up, and I found out what I was telling you guys earlier is that somehow it was made for the Lifetime network on the first season. And then Netflix bought it and they just fixed it and they just made it way better. And so, if whatever you may not like about season 1, I promise you that season 2 is significantly better. But it is still fun to watch him navigate through season 1 and kill people every now and
Damn,
then.
so I have to get through an entire season. Wait, is
No,
this
but the first season matters. Don't get me wrong. The first season is very important to the story. So like it is. But what you might see is that the girl in the first season is you sometimes you're like, why are you in this girl? You know what I mean? Like she's not very impressive, but that actually matters to the story later, where he kind of realized like, oh yeah, I guess she wasn't that impressive. You know, like so it's kind of like they dunk on the actress like in the following seasons by just showing you way better actresses, which is the girl from the haunting shows.
Oh, okay. Is it
she knocks it out of the park, dude.
Do they do like American seasons where it's like 24 episodes, or do they do more like
the
leaner?
It's just 10 episodes the first 2 seasons, and then the third season's only 8 because of COVID.
Okay, probably. Cool. That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah. But it's really funny and like in the wrong ways. Like you tell me if you watch it and you're like, God damn, Dennis is fucking twisted.
This dramatic, elevated horror.
Then I'll own it and I'll be like, all right, cool. I need therapy. That's fine. I get it. Fine. I found it funny. Sorry, guys.
It's funny.
But yeah, check it out. And as a bonus, John Stamos does show up in that show.
Nice, cool.
Yeah, so he's worth it because he's in the first season. And when he just shows up in the middle, and you're like, "What the fuck? John Stamos is in the show now? Okay, I guess he's in the show
just randomly."
So,
like yeah. MPH and Harold and Kumar. You're like, "Oh, he's in this? Okay."
Yeah, pretty much, kind of like that. But I'll let you go play some Elden Rings now because I know you want to do that. And
hell yeah, I'm dead tired, but I'm gonna go play some Elden Rings.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
enjoy
some Elden Rings right now.
You hear that cough? I wonder if it's COVID.
maybe
I got COVID now.
Are you gonna get that chair though? That one chair you're talking about?
I don't know. We're thinking about it. The only problem is it doesn't have very good settings like for driving it, so it's very jerky. And
it's chauffeur mode. Lindsay will drive it for you.
We were telling them maybe if they made that more adjustable, like like I was telling you how I did for mine, how you can program
hire the guy.
Yeah. And so they were like, we used to have that setting in the older models, but like none of our customers ever used it. And I'm like, so they got rid of it. So they got rid of the accessibility features on a wheelchair. And I'm like, I don't even understand. I don't even want to talk to you about this right now. Why don't you let me know when your next model comes out and you bring it back? Because like that's weird to me,
Huh.
Yeah. Like I couldn't customize the acceleration, and so like just I would press the button a little bit and it just be like that. Just it was just too much.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
But it is really
quarter mile at a time.
It is really cool, and like I would feel way less bad if like the airline broke it or something like that. Like I would just be like, okay. I mean, it was still expensive, but like it wasn't expensive as my car, or my whatever. So we're thinking about it, but travel has to be something that we're doing before it becomes something worth doing too. So we'll see.
Preemptively get the chair and get ready to travel.
Yeah,
maybe. Man, I bought a wetsuit like after the last ability center, and then like because it
has like the tube in it, right?
It has like the same material that like goes in like bodyboards, but in both the front and the back of the chest. So like to keep me vertical in the water. I bought that because like it was like something they let us try on, and like there was like it was there and we bought it, and I got to go use it at like a public pool once, and it was super cool. It was awesome. And then COVID happened, and then I was like, I guess
you still go in the pool, right? Pool's COVID safe.
Yeah,
got chlorine, right? Are you drinking the water?
There's chlorine, and some urine.
Wait, so you just said it's got chlorine, right? And then you said, "Are you drinking the water?" So what is it? Does the water not have chlorine, or does it not have COVID, or does it have COVID?
It doesn't have COVID. I'm saying don't drink the water. It's chlorine.
Yeah, don't drink the water. Duh.
Yeah. I would think a pool's fine.
A public
Frank,
pool?
as a non-scientist, it's a
This.
Do you know how
I'm not going to a public pool for any circumstance.
Yeah, see.
yeah.
It's risky enough not during COVID, man.
I don't think you'll get COVID in a public pool. I'm not saying we'll get sick in a public pool.
Back in my heyday, I would have sex with any girl, but I would not go in any public pool. That's the line.
Like, is the beach better? Like,
I don't go in the water in the beach either. Like, I might get my feet wet or something, but I'm not really down with going in the ocean.
Or the adult spa. How about that?
I'd go to the adult spa.
Okay.
That's a risk worth taking. I never have. I've always wanted to, but I never had. I know they had the one that was on like El Cajon Boulevard, like over by kind of 70th Street. And I heard rumors of that. I just never went there. Maybe that's something.
This is all Ricky's fault.
That's something we could all do when we get when
Yeah.
after everything's lifted, we get back to San Diego. We'll go to the adult spa together.
Ian hasn't chimed in for like
We'll
an
test
hour.
out this theory.
He's writing down the address of the adult spa.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he's invited too.
He's
Nice.
looking it up. He's more than invited, of course.
All
In fact,
right.
we'll get the whole trivia gang together. Go to the adult spa.
right. I say you guys go play your game, and then we'll figure out when we want to watch Dick Tracy, and then maybe do a pre-recorded show. But at the worst case, if we don't figure out a time to do the pre-recorded, we'll just be back next Friday doing this all over again.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Unless you got more you want to talk about.
No, I'm done.
He's like, no. He's like, no.
No.
All right. Cool. Later, guys.